Hey folks, David Frost, LazyGapTrader.com. In this video, we're talking about day trading. More specifically, we're focused in on gap trading. Gap trading is by far the single most consistent and profitable day trading strategy you can find across the markets today. I do two things. I teach a course where I teach two gap trading strategies. One is the morning gap trades, where stocks are gapping higher or lower at the open. That creates an opportunity for traders. Traders who can identify a price level where stocks will A, be drawn to, and B, have a price reaction from in the other direction. The second part of the course are gap fill trades. When stocks do gap higher or lower at the open, they leave what's called an open gap. Those open gaps will ultimately be filled, meaning the stock will come back to fill the gap at some point in the future. Both these strategies are taught in depth in my course at Lazy Gap Trader. The other thing I do is I give traders an opportunity to get my gap trades each and every day at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 30 minutes before the market even opens for trading. Here's a copy of today's list. Now, the morning gap trades, we had 6 possible trades on the list. However, none of them hit their levels. The market's kind of quiet on a Monday, and that's not that uncommon. However, there is another opportunity. Also, in this email each and every day, I give a laundry list of gap fill opportunities. And today we had 3 stocks that filled their gaps that were left open from a gap higher or lower from a prior trading day. The first one that filled its gap was BP. It's the second one down on the list. Unfortunately, it jumped over the gap at the open, which disqualifies it from the list, so it becomes a no trade. That's discussed in depth in my course, meaning what happens when a stock gaps higher, what happens to the gap fill, or gaps lower below the fill. Either way, it's off the list. That's gone over in depth in the course. The second one that filled its gap was Ambarilla, AMBA. You can see here the gap fill level was $61.39. It's a short trade at that level. We're going to look at the chart in a moment. The third one that filled its gap today was Symantec, SYMC. The gap level was $32.45. It was a short trade at that level. We'll take a look at that chart in a second also. That's the great thing about this gap trading course is I teach 2 strategies, so traders are never at a loss for finding trade opportunities each and every day, which we all know is one of the biggest challenges that day traders face each and every day is where to find trades, how to find trades, and where to find the correct trade or entry level. All those problems are cured in my course at LazyGapTrader.com. Let's go over to the charts. Here's Symantec, SYMC. The gap fill level was $32.45, and you can see what happened in the first 10-minute candle of the day. The stock pierced through that level a little bit, making a high of $32.53, and just 10 minutes later, the stock was at a low of $31.98 for a wonderful scalp trade. It's a nice day trade. We're in, we're out, we're on to the next trade. Traders who have taken my course know exactly how to find this level, and they know exactly when to trade it and when not to trade it. Some trades are obviously better than others. Not all trades are created equal, and I go over that in depth in the course. The next one we're looking at is Ambarilla, AMBA, and you can see what happened today. The stock came right up into that level, making a high of $61.50, just over the gap fill level, and immediately pulled back. And just within minutes, the stock was at a low of $60.93, creating a nice profit opportunity for the day, a nice scalp trade, a nice day trade. The stock's trading higher now, but this trade was over once we had a nice profit in our pocket. That's the end of it. So 2 trades in the books today on a Monday morning where the major market gapped higher, which limits the opportunities. The market's been relatively quiet, but we're still able to capitalize on 2 trades on a Monday. Not bad at all. This is a strategy that you can learn and use for the rest of your trading career. Anybody that wants to learn how to effectively trade the gaps, come over to check out the course at lazygaptrader.com. I can teach you everything you need to know in order to trade the gaps successfully. I'm David Frost. Thanks for tuning in, traders.